I can't believe people are even arguing about this. Like, if you don't like hip hop, or you're really old, then yeah, I can see why you didn't like it. But if you're into hip hop and you didn't like it, I don't even know, man. Or like, if you like hip hop but not Kendrick, I don't even know what kind of rap you like. That's like saying you're into country music, but you don't really fuck with Johnny Cash. Like, fuck you listening to then? Something that stuck out to me though was people saying it was like actually really quiet in this arena, like in a lot of parts throughout his performance. And I saw some crowd videos, and I gotta say, yeah, it quieted down a lot, but that's like what happens during a performance though, right? Like, am I tripping? I think people have just gotten used to just crazy shit during the Super Bowl. Like, me personally, it borderline started to piss me off every time that moment would come around. Like, I remember last year's performance, it was Usher, right? Man, if I was autistic, I would have flipped a table over the opening alone. Like, right off the bat, I'd be overstimulated. This motherfucker starts off like in a white fur coat, I think, right? And he's sitting on a throne. He comes down like the steps, and immediately shit starts popping off. Fucking shenanigans start ensuing. There's a marching band, dancers, gymnasts, fucking a million things going on at once. When he took out the rollerblades, I was like, fucking, I can't stand this motherfucker. No, but like, obviously I like Usher, and everything he would have done would have been great. But I just think recently halftime shows have been, style over substance. Like, the spectacle is more important than the music. My favorite moment of that performance was with Alicia Keys, like when everything slowed down, everything went away, and it was just her and Usher. That was a cool moment. Then right after that, you could argue that that's what a halftime show is supposed to be like. Like, people don't come for the introspection and the quiet moments. They come to turn up. It's the fucking Super Bowl. But that leaves you with, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, according to a lot of people, had one of the best halftime performances ever. And his shit wasn't even that crazy. He spent most of the time singing about, racism and children. Here we are, the world. Prince had an even simpler show. It was basically just him, the band, and two dancers in that bitch. And that shit was magical. But it's just a different kind of music. His and Michael Jackson's music lends itself very well to a stadium audience. Not to mention, they were very mainstream artists. Kendrick has only just recently been getting mainstream recognition because of his, beef with Drake. Most rappers are mainstream because, let's remember, hip-hop is primarily consumed by minorities. I don't know what the facts, I don't know what the stats are on that, but, it feels like it. Most rappers can't go to a Super Bowl and just expect everybody to turn up. Like, you can't expect everybody to know the words at a random arena filled with people that may or may not know you. And this year, it was no different than any other year. It was a snowstorm, let's be honest. Most people in the audience were white. They don't know what the fuck is going on, most of them. They don't know who kdot, Mr. Morale, old Kung Fu Kenny is. Even though many people in the community consider him to be one of the greats of hip-hop. all of that doesn't matter when you're singing to, you know, a random audience that didn't pay to see you, but, you know, a football game. All that being said, it was a dope performance. And notice how I'm saying performance. Like, it's okay to not be yelling at the top of your lungs at a show, especially when it's a performance. You should be paying attention at times, you know, quieting it down, like, and, you know, I'm gonna sound so old for this right now, but kids these days, man, you know, I saw Kais and that talking about, you know, how for a lot of it, it was quiet, you know, and the crowd only really popped off during certain parts, but that's what's supposed to happen, right? Like, that dude, that guy has just gotten exposed to the craziest shit before he's even 25. Like, he was with Uzi shutting down, you know, what was it, LA? Or no, it was like New York or something, right? Fucking causing riots in the streets. Like, everybody on the internet thinks that's how turned up everything is supposed to be. Like, if a show is not, you know, fucking Travis Scott level, people yelling, fucking dying, then it wasn't a turned up show. Like, yeah, hip hop is, a lot of it is about the hits and the, you know, the flashiness, but it's also, like, let's remember about the lyrics and about sending a message. That's how it started, at least, right? And I think Kendrick really showed the full range of what hip-hop could be. You know, you got your songs you could dance to, tracks that are basically spoken word poetry. You got the diss tracks, you got the hits. Like, the Super Bowl might just be about the spectacle and about turning up, but that's not what hip-hop is only about. And that's about where my thoughts on this end. You know, I want to know what you think about this. Let me know. And as always, thank you for watching. Alright.